Did you see that stat on Terrace Reed, the Connecticut center?
Oh.
Listen, man, I hit a bitch one time, man, the baby was bouncing all over the bed.
Cut through the texture of pasta, I stretch to the father. My demons can't be stressing my daughter. Sweat beating Hana, know it's a rap. Wait, enchilada.
Deion Sanders is the greatest football player, arguably, to ever live. Ed Reed, the greatest safety, arguably, to ever live in the entire universe. All right? Why y'all not going on live? Miami been trashed for fucking how long now? God damn.
I like you got some cases. I like you got some cases. I like you got some skates.
I want somebody in the event, something like, say like, I love oxtail. If I can eat some that tastes like oxtails while I'm down there, just for that moment.
He's on my back. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think, you know, I feel like his thing is like on my neck.
I've had two guys.
Same time?
No, I'm not that girl.
Man,
the best
appreciate
motherfucking podcast in Orlando, Florida.
You already know.
We
the
appreciate
Sunshine
it.
State, man.
Welcome back. You're back on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, Coma Sports, Music, and Mayhem. Don't forget we're available on all, and I do mean all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Got a good show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about some NBA. Draymond calls out the NBA. You got Doc Rivers calling his players out. A woman arrested for taking too much money from her job that was paid to her own bank account. Bad vacations, Ohio State football, all type of good stuff, man.
Ain't nothing good about Ohio State football.
You like the player that's there. But we'll get to that later in the show if we have time.
If we have time.
Not a major thing.
We need to make time. We can't have a show where we post something and don't touch it.
True that.
That's like
posting a woman and not touching her. You better be. That's a big commitment you just made there.
Yeah, I guess in that light, hey, what are we gonna do?
I've been like, you know, throughout the day, I have the sports stuff going on in the background, all that good stuff, and the story today that kind of took my attention was this Russini. Do you know Russini? She's a NFL reporter.
I don't know who she is, but there was a story with her and Vrabel.
Her and Mike Vrabel. So apparently there's some pictures of them where it looks like they're on vacation. They're holding hands, being affectionate.
Canoodling.
All of that.
Is that what canoodling is? Do you know what
I do not. But
I think it has to do something with the like little PDA and all of that.
I don't think my people came up with that word.
I
so.
don't. I wouldn't imagine.
But
had to have been a honky.
But all of that stuff, man, they were doing all of that stuff in the pictures, and you know, and the issue from the outside world is both of them are married to different people. Okay, so you got Russini, who's an NFL reporter, and Mike Vrabel, who's, you know, the head coach of the Patriots. All right, now what I'm hearing from her peers, Russini's peers, is this is such a terrible thing if true, you know, and you know, because number one, they're saying that she can provide things like, for example, the Patriots want AJ Brown, from the Eagles, and she can put out stories to lower his trade value so the Patriots can get him easier, because, you know, she's the lead NFL reporter over there or whatever, and then also like,
but hold on, timeout. We're gonna presume that there aren't reporters that have favorites that do that anyway.
That's bingo.
I mean, without any romantic or anything, whatever. I mean, there are media members that are tight with members of organizations, and it's not below them to do what that act is. That's not a big thing to me, because I think it's not a big thing because I think it already exists on some level.
Yeah. No, I not 1,000% agree with that. And then they were saying how, she'll makes it harder for the other women in the industry, because it's like if she does it, then they all do it. That's how she got this story, because she's screwing him like Russini is screwing Vrabel. All of that stuff. But here's my take on it is, if this is going to be an issue from the league standpoint, right, and we'll see, because right now, Vrabel and Russini is just saying, the picture was taken from bad angles, and you didn't catch the other people that were there. We're all here. There's 10 of us here, just having a nice social networking, great weekend
/ orgy.
But if true, okay, the NFL and her job may have penalties for them. All right, my thing is, if you're going to have men and women in the same workplace, either outlaw it or leave it alone. Outlaw
what?
relationships, because
okay.
right now it's just a gray area. It's not like anything that says you can't do this. It's just distasteful and bad and whatever. But my thing is, if men and women are in the workplace and there's not like it's not outlawed off the top, you can expect things like this to happen.
But okay, I understand what you're saying, but I think it's complicated because these people are not employees of the same organization.
Right.
Like Vrabel is a Patriots employee. She is an employee of whatever media outlet is a service.
I think it's Sports Illustrated. I could be wrong.
And the league
Pretty sure I'm wrong.
is the league, and they're not necessarily employees of the league either. So it's there are a lot of companies, businesses that have a no fraternization policy where you're not supposed to date or interact romantically with a coworker. But this isn't really what we have, because these people are all employed by different entities.
Yeah, but that is a great point, but that's not necessarily what I'm talking about.
No, I understand that,
because what I'm saying is the NFL, the sport, whatever sport you're talking about, they know that there's going to be a lot of time spent with the media, and some of those media members are women, and vice versa from media to the sport. And so what I'm saying is they spend a lot of time together. Even though, yes, you're not with the same company, you're essentially a co-worker of each other. You see each other every day. You guys got to talk. You have to, coexist. And it is just, what I'm saying is it's natural human behavior. If you're spending more time, you are spending more time with these reporters than you are even spending with your wife. You know what I mean? They're on the road. They're on these planes. Yeah. They're on, you know what I mean? So it's like you can't expect them sometimes not to mix. Like, it was a joke last week when we said, Rachel Nichols ran through the entire whatever bubble. But
was it a joke?
But it's like,
But okay, it's I don't know this Russini. Is she may be employed by like Sports Illustrated, but is she like the beat writer for the Patriots?
At least not right now, no.
Okay, so she just covers football in general.
Yes, from what my understanding, but she does a lot of, but when I looked in this a little deeper, they were saying a lot of the footnotes were there because she does a lot of like big pieces on not just the Patriots but Mike Vrabel himself.
Oh yeah.
And so when you look at it, even that, you have to spend one-on-one time getting the story and all of that. And she's done like more than anyone else.
Sure.
In the whole business.
Understandable. Why do we give a shit? Like, why do we care? Because it's not employees.
Yeah.
It's not it really doesn't matter.
That's a part of what I'm saying too.
And so I don't think the league should have a position on this at all.
Yeah.
I don't think the Patriots should have a position on it. I don't think Sports Illustrated should have a position on it. If these people are married and it's not an open marriage, then their partners can decide whether they want to move in the direction of divorce.
And that's definitely not our business.
But this is not an issue for the league, the team, or the media. This is just two people that likely are fucking. But why should we shouldn't care?
Exactly.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear that. Oh, the cheating is a bad look for our company. Like, that has nothing to do with nothing you guys have going on.
Right.
Has nothing to do with you getting AJ Brown or not. If Mike Vrabel is out on his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
They made a point too about this is just one on the opposite side of this thing. Is why their current partners, their husband and wife their actual husband and wife, hasn't come out and said, "Hey, we were there in that picture, so it's not a big deal." If that was the case.
I thought about when you were talking about it, because you were like, oh, there was other people there. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, were their respective spouses there? Or it was just other people?
Yeah.
Okay, we went to a resort and there happened to be other people at the pool. Like, I don't know who they are. I might have said hello to one guy, but that was about it. So, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like if it was the equivalent of like a backyard barbecue and you're all friends and whatever, then it's really completely a non-story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of funny. I mean, and if you're Robert whatever, the little creepy guy that owns the Patriots.
Yeah, Kraft.
Yeah, like I mean, you were at the massage parlor, buddy. Like, you can't be like pulling some sort of like morality card and trying to like discipline your head coach over this.
No, you got to turn the page.
Yeah,
like it didn't happen.
Like keep it moving, guys.
That's it.
The dogs keep barking, but the caravan rolls on.
I wouldn't even bring it up in the next meeting. I'm just like, hey, what's up with AJ Brown?
We gonna get this straight or what?
I'm not even bringing it up.
Yeah, man, that's funny though. That is funny.
Yeah, it is. It is. Any take before we get on to like the actual show? Any take on the national championship game that we saw? We watched together. Annual thing. We watched the national championship every year.
Couple of things. One interesting thing. Somebody said that Michigan won the game. They were a deserving winner. They were bigger. They just kind of did everything they needed to do. They felt like the better team from early on. And you could look at this through the lens and say, man, I mean, Connecticut really did a good job to compete and make it a game to a degree. And because nobody else in the other 6 games really did. They got all the other 5 games going to the title game. Michigan rolled everybody. So it was a somewhat compelling game. It just felt like Michigan was better. But I thought the funny thing was, and somebody said it and kind of nailed it, it's like, I'm not going to remember this Michigan team at all. Like, they were great, had a great run, but, like, what do you remember from this team? Like, they're not household name players. There was not, like, an iconic moment in the tournament run that we're going to remember these guys by. There just literally was nothing. And I felt it was very analogous to the Baylor team that won a few years back. They crushed Gonzaga in the final. And it was this collection of transfers. They were all really good. I think Davion Mitchell's the only one that's kind of been a consistent pro. And I kind of feel the same about this. I don't know that there's a great pro on this Michigan team that we're going to look back and say, man, that was, we got to see this guy rising up and doing his thing. And sadly, just kind of like a very forgettable team as far as that goes. And it is what it is. I mean, not every team's going to be remembered.
Is all of the transfers, is that the reason that they're not going to? Because I agree with you. I don't think we're going to remember this team come a calendar year from now.
Right. I think it's a factor because you don't have that thing. Like we're watching the game and we watch it together, but it's like you're kind of like, oh, I didn't know that guy played at that school or that. I don't know where this dudes came from. They're just playing for Michigan right now, and by the time I caught on to the watching the tournament, we're 5, 6, 4 games away from never seeing these guys again.
I was about to say, yeah.
So there is that like that's where like the transfer portal thing. Again, it went right for Michigan in the sense that you won a national title, which is what you're trying to do. But the team itself, will be remembered by Michigan fans. But beyond that, they just didn't have that cachet. But where does the cachet come from? I mean, to me, the cachet comes from like transcendent individual performers. Like, dudes, man, I'm glad I saw that guy. And then the other part of it is like when you're like the other part is when your NBA legacy connects. When it's like you look at a team that was successful, like the Villanova teams, and they won titles, and then now they have these dudes that are in the NBA all doing pretty damn well. You know, we're talking about Brunson and Bridges and DiVincenzo and Hart. It's like, so it kind of like validated what they accomplished because now these guys are all certified pros. And maybe that happens with these Michigan guys. It just doesn't feel like it right now. But I think that's another way that you're kind of cemented. And then if you're just one of those teams that like just maybe a little bit of like an underdog type of team that just people fall in love with, like just through the tournament run, you're just kind of like, these are my guys. I really like them. You know, but I don't feel it with the Michigan team, but they did exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, no, big facts. So I wonder. So similar to football, we just got done seeing a lot of transfers. I wonder, is Michigan going to run that plan back, or you know what I mean, or
they have to.
Yeah,
there's no option.
Yeah,
I think basically the team graduates. There's a player from Florida, LG Kaysen. I think he played earlier in the year, but he was hurt and didn't play in the final. He's a local player. I think he's a young player on that team. He'll probably stay. But I think there's no option but to, if you want to stay at that level, you run it back with some transfers. Apparently in the post-game press conference, I didn't hear this, but Hurley was getting interviewed, and he asked the media, what time is it? Somebody says, it's 12:02. He goes, oh, the portal's open. You know, so I mean, in defeat, in the post game presser, you're still got to do the work and get players.
No, for sure.
So I mean, this is just what we have, and again, at the end of the day, we spent a whole lot of time throughout the year talking about AJ DeBansa and Cam Boozer and Peterson. None of them made it to the final weekend, and his team with 5 transfer starters from all different places is the one that's holding the title. I mean, I don't know if the model is to get the epic 5-star guy and build your team around that with spare parts, or to just kind of stay heavy on the transfer and maybe one good freshman and take it away.
Yeah.
I mean, like Connecticut, they had Mullins was their transfer. He wasn't on the same level of these other guys. I think he's still regarded as a first-round pick, but the rest of the team was Carabin had been there since before Jesus, and then the rest of the team was transfer guys that had come in and played, and like Ball and Reed had been there for at least 2 years, and so they kind of had a little bit of a combination of good transfers who had been there more than 1 year, and then a talented freshman and some guys filling in the pieces. So. It'd be interesting to see, but I mean, the modern reality is you got to build your roster every year. You can't, by any means. Like, to me, you have to do it by any means. If you can land a great freshman, and you can supplement that by hitting a couple portal guys, away you go.
Yeah, we'll definitely see, man. Moving along to the NBA, okay, one of the biggest stories in the NBA today is Draymond Green coming out and says, we see 12 teams tanking, and we see 2 fines because last night Golden State Warriors had a surprisingly close game against the Sacramento Kings, and I caught the end of this game live, actually, and I'm watching because it is a close game, and I put Golden State on my money line as I
was betting tips.
I'm back betting. Took a long break, but I've cashed my last 4 in a row, so I'm just going to try to keep it easy. But anyway, I'm like, oh, man, Sacramento's sitting everybody and Golden State is in trouble. So I turn to this game, and lo and behold, they go to a hack of Curry, Sacramento Kings, when there's absolutely no reason to. And if you're going to hack anybody, why would you hack any of the Currys who are both
maybe
in the 90th percentile of free throws?
Maybe that wacky mom, you'd foul her.
And so clearly, it was a tanking move. Somebody put that in that player's head, who everybody, Christie, I believe it was.
Doug Christie, yeah.
Was it?
We were talking about him at the
No, that's the coach.
the coach, yeah.
But the player was
I
Christie
don't
is the
remember.
coach. Yeah, I don't remember anyway. But everybody says this is not something that this caliber of player would do on their own volition. Like he's a a well pro, and anyway that had to come from a coach or a front office member. Somebody had to tell him, hey, we're doing too much. We're about
here's
to
what
win
we're
this
doing.
game.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do to let Golden State get back in this. And that is simply outrageous. That's outrageous. And now after Draymond comes out with all of this, and you let the whole NBA world talk about it. Now the NBA's come out, about an hour or so ago and say, hey, we're going to investigate this. It's nothing to investigate. These motherfuckers wanted to lose. You got other teams, sitting out. There was a guy, a team that just played against OKC. I'm going to get in a second, but anyhow, he was like, I was so happy. This is in the post game. He's telling this to a reporter.
Yeah.
I was so happy to be able to play against OKC because I knew I was going to play the whole game. Because finally, and because the team has been sitting him for the second half so they can lose the fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
It's despicable.
That's crazy. He would say that as openly and freely, like, hey, yeah.
But I think what you have reached the point of right now is the players are fed up with it.
Yeah.
And that's why they're talking. And Giannis has this thing where he's pissed. He's pissed at Milwaukee.
He's pissed at Milwaukee.
And
That's another one.
Like the players have reached a point where this is bullshit. I'm a pro hooper. I'm here to hoop. I'm not here to lose games and fuck around. And it's reached that point. And they're going to talk about it until change is made. This is strangely like a player empowerment thing.
Yeah.
And I think that this is that the commissioner has to respond to this. I'm all for removing the draft completely.
Yeah.
I would prefer that. And then you've got to just basically recruit players and sign them. And it's up to you to have a good enough product to attract a player.
We brought that up as a loony idea. What was that, about a month ago or so, whatever. But it's like, I think it's the most radical, but it's the only way to remove tanking without adding a bunch of like foolishness that no one understands. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're talking about all of these, weird and crazy ideas about, whatever, lowering the amount of lottery teams, or all of this like stuff. But the only thing that will work and not have to be so confusing or maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We have to check it out and see next year, is the eliminating the draft completely.
Yeah. And you still have a cap, and you can still have essentially like a rookie cap, so that you can't get a situation where somebody's going to take, Debanza and give him a $200 million deal. You could have it where there's still a first contract restriction.
I think
the term can be 4 years.
I
and the
think you
max
should
can be
remove the
whatever.
cap.
I don't think so.
Because the better teams aren't going to have the cap space.
We'll remove just the rookie restriction you're talking
Maybe just
about.
yeah,
But
not
the
like
teams still have an overall cap.
Yes,
and your various tax aprons and penalties.
Yeah.
Okay, so then so that would be the thing there, is that you kind of have to recruit these guys, combination of financial package and opportunity.
Yeah.
And there you go from there.
Yeah.
I guess the funny thing is that currently you'll have essentially like 30 teams, 30 first round picks who get guaranteed money.
Yeah.
It's possible that in a draft class, let's just say 20 guys get guaranteed money, and everybody else gets essentially like second round type of make the team, you're locked in for 2 years or whatever because of that. But the competitiveness of signing these assets, these guys who would be assets, maybe that does give you some assurance that we'll sign this guy for 3 years as a because we want him and this is an opportunity for us.
Yeah.
But I think that, again, short of making a bunch of like sort of absurd rules that would be difficult to enforce, you just remove the draft. Get it out of here. And you take tanking right along with it. And I think the opposite, like if you don't have a draft, I think you kind of want to show players that you have something.
Yeah.
To me, there's a little bit of internal motivation to play and to have like a decent product, even if you're not a contending team. But it's like you're kind of showing, hey, we've got a couple pieces. We had, a Darren Peterson level guy. We're moving somewhere.
Facts.
So I think that's absolutely it. And I do think that there's something with like these top players will not automatically go to the top teams. They're not necessarily just going to go to the Thunder.
Yeah.
And the Thunder are, like you said, as long as you keep the overall cap, they're not going to necessarily have the financial resources or, the wherewithal to do that, because they're still going to have to re-sign their core guys, and they may not have that much money. And they may not have like an opportunity to play a guy like that.
Because now look at the reverse of that. Because they have an opportunity to get a top 10 pick this year, right? But if you had this plan in place, that wouldn't be even a thing for the Thunder.
Right.
They wouldn't be looking to draft a top 10 player.
And you would also have some, I think, interesting moves when you have a guy that you're going to have to pay. Let's say it's like a Chet, and maybe there's a few question marks or whatever. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to pay Chet maybe a $200 million cumulative deal. It's like, no, we'll let Chet test the market, and we're going to offer a ton of money to a DeBoncer or somebody like that. We get a younger player. We pay him less than we would have to pay Chet, and maybe the drop-off's not as bad.
Yeah.
And in particularly with older players. Chet's probably a bad example, but you got a guy who's maybe 30.
Yeah.
And he's a good player, and he deserves a good payday. But you're like, we could reboot this with a younger player.
Yeah.
And the rest of our core is, maybe they're 24, 25, 26, and let this guy go. Like De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
He's the older guy. He's not old, but like he's the oldest guy of that nucleus. And the next time he needs to be paid, it might be better to kind of, we'll let him go, but we'll throw some money at one of these young guys that we really like.
Yeah.
So I think it makes a lot more interesting decisions on that. It takes away the tanking and the nonsense, and it really is nonsense. You get to this back half of the season here, and you turn on a TV game. You don't even know half the dudes in the court. It's a joke.
Man, it's ridiculous.
And then even worse, like you go get a ticket to a game, and you roll out there, I'm going to see whatever, and that guy ain't playing because like whatever. It's a joke. It's bad for the game of basketball. I'm happy that the players are calling it out because I think that they have the power to put this in the crosshairs for change.
You know what I wanted to say? Adam Silver is soft, man. He is so
He
fucking.
might be a little flaccid.
He is so fucking soft. Like if a team does this, that is like blatant disrespect. That's like, you know what I mean? That's like your child coming up to you, slapping you in your face. And I'm not saying you slap them back. He should like unprecedented fine. Like I'm talking about like unfucking precedented. Like I mean,
No, I think
take
the
their
fine-
draft pick.
Right.
Because it's too early to take the whole lottery away. Take their fucking first round draft pick away.
Well, okay, so I think the fine is useless. I would do one of two things. You can remove them entirely from the first round.
Yeah.
Or you could put them
Remove them
at
from the lottery.
or the back of the lottery.
Remove them from the
there's
lottery.
13 lottery teams, let's say, you're picking 13th automatic no matter what.
Yeah.
Next guy that does it, they're picking 12th.
Yeah.
And that's just that. Or remove it completely, give them a supplemental pick at the top of the second round.
Unprecedented. You have to do something like that and say, hey, this is okay. All right. Months ago, weeks ago, this team did that. This team did that. All right. I'm sorry, Sacramento. You just fucking caught me on the wrong day. All right. Your first round pick is gone, or you're automatic 13th. Next team, I want to see what you do. You know what I mean? See if you do it.
Here's the issue with that, though, is that this season, this moment in time, it's so prevalent with so many teams that I don't know that even
it wouldn't
works
be fair
right now. It's not even issue fair. I don't even think it works because so many teams are deserving of that penalty.
Yeah.
So it's
But when it's that egregious though,
but the
like some
the
teams are just like.
But that's but see that's the thing. It's like if you
Can't make you can't make a fucking mockery of the league. I understand if you're extending injuries and you're sitting guys out the entire games. You know what I mean?
Hell, yeah. I mean, there's some certain telltale things, like actual game decisions, like fouling in a sense that doesn't make any decision. Removing an otherwise healthy player from a game that he's actively participating in. All that stuff's absurd. I mean, it should be punished brutally. But I just think if we really looked at the bottom feeder teams this year, we could find guilt in each one.
Yeah.
So that it's crazy though. It really is nuts. But I applaud the players for speaking it out.
No, facts.
Just keep talking about it.
Another interesting thing, another talking point in the NBA is the 65 game rule, right? And your boy Wemby is caught up in a tricky situation. Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
So he needs to play in one more game essentially.
Yeah.
To make the
but he's
rule.
got to play like 20 minutes.
It's only like 20 minutes.
But you can't do the token appearance where he's hurt and you let him, tip. Somebody takes a foul.
No,
and get him out. So you have to play.
Yeah,
which I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Token appearance that is irrelevant.
But the thing, hold on, but let me finish because the thing is, tonight, the second seed is locked up. It's going to the Spurs no matter what, and so they're not going to be able to go to first, and they're not going to be able to drop to third. Historically, teams will just say, it's 2 games left. We're going to sit our guys anyway. Especially a guy who was just hurt and didn't play in the second half of our most recent game.
Right.
So, do we play Wemby so he can be eligible for these awards, which he's come out and say, I want these awards, or do you, sit him and let's go for this playoffs?
I don't like being in this, like, just the absurdity of this entire conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I like the idea of the 65 game rule so that there's a certain thing for participation. In Wemby's case, if he is healthy enough to play and he wants these awards, play.
What if he's not healthy enough to play?
Then unfortunately it is what it is. You don't get the award. And as far as the MVP goes, he lost that the other day.
Right.
When Jokic dropped a couple moon balls over him. He did. That was it.
But what if he's not healthy enough to play, but we still want these awards? You throw him out there. You know what I mean?
What is not healthy enough
I know.
to
Yeah,
play?
that's a good question.
Because to me, a competitive person, I mean,
you could tough it out if it was a big game, but you probably should be sitting.
If you're in the finals, you're going to do it.
You got to do it.
KD went out there and tore the Achilles, because he felt like he could help.
Yeah.
And that's what sports is all about. Like if you can do anything and it's better than the other guy, who's behind you, you go do it.
Yeah.
Willis Reed and the Knicks back in the day. I mean, these are iconic moments. Jordan in the flu game. You do more for yourself playing. And I know we could say, well, KD tore his Achilles and whatever. He was probably leaning towards leaving the Warriors anyway, which was a bad decision. So he did that. And, he basically played in the final and his body quit on him. He got a year of rest. He did.
A year of rest.
It hasn't been. And the reality, I mean, okay, I'm sure it's very painful to have an Achilles injury and it sucks to rehab. I get that. Not saying it's not a thing, but it hasn't changed the arc of his career.
No, not at all.
I mean, he's played some great basketball since then. He's been KD. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, that it's going to be an interesting decision. So yeah, I just thought that was like a little weird trip up there.
Yeah. But personally, if you have this approach of all this shit matters to you, like all these rules and this and that and the other thing, you're just in the wrong place for me as a competitor. If you can play it all, you go play.
Yeah.
Stop resting. Stop doing this. I mean, to me, you do what you condition your body to do. And if you condition your body to play all the damn time, you're going to be fine.
So what should Giannis do?
You should be playing.
No, not. I know. I'm saying, what should he do? I'm hearing some people say, like, why won't he suit up and just come out? What are they going to do?
Yeah, what you going to say? Like, hey, Jameis tried it in college football and he's suspended.
For real?
He got suspended for the fucker and the pussy thing, and he came out of the tunnel fully dressed. Like, they had to, like, flag him down and send him to the locker room to put on, a tracksuit instead of his uniform.
He's a hilarious maniac.
Yeah, maybe try that. I mean, he should have left Milwaukee after the title like I advised him to. But he stuck around, and here's what you get. Shitty organization, shitty people, and now you're unhappy. So you get what you deserve. To me, it's bad business on the part of the Bucks to not play him, to not let him do what he wants to do. They should have traded him before the season. They should have traded him at the trade deadline. They've done neither. Now they're going to have to move him in the summer. The relationship's broken.
Yeah.
Irretrievably broken. And so just don't understand it.
Yeah. And I mean, and the problem is, like, right at the trade deadline, Giannis told Milwaukee and the team, and the world, like, Milwaukee is where I want to be. I don't want to be anywhere else besides Milwaukee. And it's like, all right, okay. Yeah. And so I wonder if Milwaukee goes back to him, I guess, one more time in the offseason. Because today the owner came out and was like, despite the last week or so, we have a great relationship with Giannis. And I guess that's something you have to come out and say.
Sure.
But I wonder in this offseason, do you go back one more time if you're Milwaukee and like, hey, Giannis, what do you want to do, man? And whatever you say now, it's in fucking ink pen. You know what I mean? So it's like permanent marker. What do you want to do? Or do you just work to move them anyhow?
I think you bring him in and just say, this is broken. We both need to move on. And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's it. I mean, you bring him in, you face-to-face and say, hey, this doesn't work anymore. You're entering the kind of twilight of your prime. You need to play meaningful basketball, and we don't have enough around you to do it. And our best way to get anything going is to move you for assets.
And they can't dick around and just send him to where he want to go now. Now we have to send you where we get the most back for us.
I mean, that would be their objective, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we can't take significantly less to send you to your ideal team like the New York Knicks, who has nothing. But maybe,
they have Towns.
at the deadline of the year before.
They have Towns. Ship that big androgynous pussy home.
You gonna send him to Siberia?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Don't do my boy like that, man.
That's your boy. You could save him.
He's low on my list, but he's still my boy.
Nah, I can't stand him. Yeah, you got to move him. I think the problem is when you have a distressed asset, when you have a thing where everybody in the league knows this has to go, this is broken, you're never going to get good value.
Yeah.
I don't know who the player is or the combination of players, but I mean, I would favor, getting some younger players, and maybe you get the right guy.
No.
Maybe you get SGA. Like, I don't know.
No, big facts. Now, staying with Milwaukee here. I know we talked about this shortly on Instagram, but Doc Rivers says to his players, look at my resume and Google me. I took teams to the playoffs and championships that weren't supposed to be there. I thought this was one of them. And then also it was widely reported in the same day as that rant, he was going down each player and kind of telling them his overall outlook on their season and them overall, and the players didn't like that statement. They didn't like what he did right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the one guy he apologized to was the center, Miles Turner.
Okay.
He was like, you didn't fail, I failed you. and some other stuff. But some other players didn't have much favorable stuff to say.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Doc Rivers, and he addressed our Winter Park team, and I thought it saved our season before our season began, because he addressed the players, and one of those players was his own son, in a way that pulled that group together, that confronted some interpersonal issues that were existing in the locker room in a I thought at the time a brilliant way. And it did change the way our group moved forward for sure. And so, I mean, he has the capability of being a motivational person, doing it in a direct way. I don't think it's terrible to speak to a player's face, even in front of the group, if that's what you think needs to happen. And part of leadership, you're not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to say the right thing, and you're not always going to be well received. But if you're afraid to do that, you don't belong in a position of leadership. You have to be willing to be disliked and to offend to lead. And so I don't think he feared that moment. And again, you're talking about an underperforming team. In pure professional basketball terms, who's above criticism in that locker room? You motherfuckers are losing games hand over fist. Like, what do you have to say? You could be mad, but is it true? Is it real that you're not playing well, that you're soft, or whatever he was telling us guys?
Right.
You know, that's real.
Yeah.
You know, you're a bad team.
Yeah.
Now, you know, he has to own responsibility for that too. I mean, he's deciding who plays. He's coming up with the strategies and whatever. And you can't say that every loss is on the players not performing. And you're pretty naive and borderline crazy if that's what you think it is. So, I mean, I would hope in that thing he owns some things. The quote, though, that's getting the attention, like, that you got to take with a grain of salt. Like, to me, when he coached with the Magic, he kind of made a little something out of nothing. It wasn't a big-time roster, big-time team, and it was the heart and hustle team, and they did great, and that was the story. I don't know if any other team in his career that he really exceeded expectations more than that team. The Celtics' big three, they got out of the gate phenomenally. They rolled through the regular season. They were, from the beginning of the season, they showed themselves to be contenders, and they ultimately proved themselves to be champions. So I don't see that as a team that under or overachieved in some crazy way. And then the rest of his, and to me, the biggest rub is that he has a history of playoff failure. That's what he's been known for most over the last decade. And when you're going to say that you've consistently gotten teams to contend and do different things, and that's your present reputation, that's not going to resonate well. That was just a bad choice of things,
It was a god-awful choice of, and based on his Twitter mentions and his Twitter,
we're still there.
he said,
they never leave.
Bad choices are just a part of his, So my thing on this is, a while back on the show, while he was the coach of the 76ers, I had heavily criticized Doc, and we put it out on the short, and I put it out on Instagram. And my graduating classmate, Jeremiah Rivers, didn't like it. So I kind of didn't say anything bad about Doc again, because I like Jeremiah. I'm cool with Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? I know that, and that's Pops. And Willie was the first to comment on it. Willie probably sent it to Jeremiah. But in any event, graduating from Winter Park and covering Austin Rivers while he was here and doing all this. So I've been around Doc, talked to Doc, and whatever. But I am not a believer in Doc Rivers, the coach. I'm a believer in Doc Rivers, the man. He's a great man. But the coach, I don't. They're just throwing anybody in this Hall of Fame conversations and rooms and things like that. I have no idea what makes Doc a good NBA coach. That statement he said, it wasn't like a bad choice or this or that. It was just a flat out lie. It was just a flat out bold lie. And it's a weird thing to say when you're going down and you're saying, you're not doing this and you're not good at that and you're terrible at this and you're not doing it with that. Me, I'm the coach that make teams go to the championship that wasn't even supposed to be there. So you can't judge me. I'm great. You're not. Like, that's what are you talking about? No, the Boston Celtics is an all great team, all time great team. Damn near no matter who was the coach was there, they was going to the championship. Okay, now let's talk about these marginal teams and good teams and above average teams that you've had that has done nothing but put up stinkers and got them giving up 3-1 and 3-2 leads. Okay, you know what I mean? You had the healthiest Joel Embiid had been banged up in Philly, but you got Harden, you had Tyrese Maxey, who you refuse to give playing time to. Like, let's talk about some of these things, okay? Like, I don't know. I'm just totally not a Doc guy seeing him in Philly, like up close and personal. Meaning, like, I was watching so many of those games. He makes absolutely no live adjustments in a game. Whatever him and his coaching staff come up with, the 2 days, a day, a week, 2 weeks before the game, that is 1,000% what they're doing. No matter under no circumstances are they switching that up. No matter what is going on in the game, and those are some of the issues that I have with Doc. And so that's why I thought that was just, I could see why players have an issue with that. Now, whether Milwaukee brings him back or not, I actually think that's going to be more of a Doc decision, because I think Doc is a bad coach, apparently the league thinks he's a great coach because he gets a lot of jobs. He has a lot of great stature, a great standing in the league. Okay, so it'll be his decision whether he wants to come back on with a developmental Milwaukee team, because that's all it's going to be, especially if you trade Giannis, even if you don't trade Giannis. And he's already hinted at, what he said, my grandbabies, I need to see them more, or something like that. Did you see that quote?
No, I didn't.
They asked him yesterday. So I think it's either retirement or back with the Bucks. And he does great as a sportscaster. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I do. I definitely remember that. No, I remember. I don't think he should come back. I don't think they should welcome him back. I just think it's time. If you go to the point that he got this job, the Bucks were at the top of the Eastern Conference, and quite literally, there's been nothing but failure in this job, and really, even by Doc's own standards, like almost unprecedented failure. I mean, his teams in Philadelphia were in the playoffs.
Yeah, at least they were in the playoffs.
The Clipper teams were in the playoffs. For the most of his career, his teams were regarded as something of a contending
dangerous teams. Yeah, Clippers. Yeah.
But Milwaukee, it just has not gone well at all.
Yeah.
And again, he's older. Can he still find another job? Yeah. But what interest should he have in coaching a developmental roster in Milwaukee? Like, what's the point? Do again, like, I could understand, as bad as this Bucks thing's gone, that there's a part of you that doesn't want your coaching career to end in this manner.
Yeah, that.
But staying in Milwaukee doesn't address that, because they're not going to be any good.
Right.
Maybe taking one more job and getting a team in the playoffs and, maybe making a little noise. That might be a satisfying out and something you may feel you'd be unfulfilled if you didn't do. But staying in Milwaukee makes no sense. He should want to get out, and the Bucks should want him. It should be mutual parting, and Giannis both.
I was gonna say, yeah, let's just clean house, man. Let's get rid of Giannis. Let's get rid of Doc. Get a new coach in. Maybe even not even a maybe. I don't know if they've changed GMs recently, but whatever GM was a part of the Dame thing and bringing in Turner and all that, we need to let him go. Let's clean house. Bring in some new blood. And then with the team, there's no reason to have Turner there either if you're going to get rid of Giannis. I mean, if you're not going to replace Giannis, unless you're going to replace Giannis with like a real legitimate type of piece, which I don't see, which I don't foresee, you get rid of Turner too. And then let's go full developmental and see what we can do there.
Yeah, just build from scratch.
Yeah, build from scratch.
You know,
Yeah.
but I think they need to do. I think if anything short of that is ultimately going to prevent them from moving forward.
Yeah.
If they keep Doc, if they keep Giannis for another year, it's just going to slow their stall out the franchise for another year.
Yeah, 100%. You're still on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. Follow us on all social media and YouTube, all of that good stuff. I only had one more NBA thing, so we might as well get there, especially when we were talking about coaches. They're saying that they could have 8 to 12 head coaching changes in the offseason. They're thinking this is going to be one of the biggest off seasons for NBA head coaches as far as,
What
new
is
places.
the record for turnover in one season?
That's a good question. I think in this article it said like 6 or something like that.
6? Oh,
But
that seems really low.
Yeah, I
would
could be
figure
wrong.
1 year there had to have been
like a ton.
maybe 10.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
could be off on that as far as my memory on seeing it in the article.
Yeah.
But what I kind of wanted to go through was just seeing if we can get to like 8 or 9 teams that could possibly change coaches next season.
Start with the Bucks. Yeah, we were just on it. We shouldn't back away from it.
Start with the Bucks, and then just going by standings. I don't know about the sorry teams like Washington, maybe, but
Who even coaches those
I
coaches?
don't even know. Who
Do they
coaches
have a
the
coach?
Wizards. Yeah, they definitely have a coach.
They
now.
might just run out.
But I feel like the Wizards just hired the coach. Hold on, because let's just Google this real quick. Wizards head coach, and his name is Brian Keefe, and he was hired 2024.
Okay.
His time is coming up, so let's add him on there. That's 2 years of nothingness.
Yeah, 2 years of zero accomplishments, and now you've got like Trey Young and AD, and
You know what I
maybe
mean?
young player in SAR. So maybe you try to bring in a new coach, get a little motion going, see what you could do.
Utah Jazz. Do you know his name? I just looked it up, so I got it.
I
here.
think he's staying.
Will Hardy. Now
He's a young guy.
He's a young guy.
Regarded as a little bit of a prodigy.
yeah.
There have been moments, more so I thought at the beginning of last year, where they actually were played pretty good. And
when they decide to play their players.
Yeah, when they decide to players. I think he's in on the tank, and I think he stays.
Okay. That's fair because he is regarded as a prodigy. But he's been there since 2022.
Yeah.
Next year is time to do
Well,
something.
I think he went with Ainge.
Yeah.
I think so. He's Ainge's selection. So
Kings, Doug Christie, he's probably out.
he's
of there.
gone.
he's probably out of there.
He's gone, like his wife with Chris Webber.
You're not a Christie guy.
I liked him as a player, but I mean, my goodness.
Who's over in Dallas?
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd. He probably stays, right?
Yeah, he stays.
Yeah, he stays. Memphis Grizzlies. What are we doing there?
What's that goofy guy?
Borer or something like that? Is
Yeah.
it? No, it's Tumos Lisalo.
Oh yeah, he's a foreign guy.
He's only been. This is his first year. I want to say, yeah, this is his first year. You got to give him another year.
Probably give him another year, but you got to figure out if you're Memphis, you got to figure out the jaw piece. You either find a way to get rid of him this summer and kind of reboot the team, or you kind of keep him and figure out pieces that work with him. I think you should boot him.
Yeah, and then you got to get rid of Ja too. That has
That's
to
a
be
Ja.
on. Oh, I'm sorry.
About
I'm
Ja.
sorry. Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
the
I thought you
first.
wanted to coach.
The
Okay.
first thing you need to decide is Ja.
Yeah.
I think if you keep him, you have to get rid of the coach. If you decide to move on from Ja, there's a pathway that if you kind of like the coach and want to give him an opportunity to build a team, then you keep him.
Pelicans head coach is definitely out of there. He's actually only there on an interim basis. James Borrego.
He's a dork, man. He was with the Magic.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I don't like him. Doesn't look like he could play.
No, at all.
Yeah.
Not even with himself.
That's tough.
Go to State.
The average teenage boy can handle that.
I think Curry staying and go to State. Of course, right?
Unless they just want to just tear everything down.
I think we're a year away from that.
Yeah.
Oh, Chauncey Billups is. I mean, that's goes without saying.
Yeah.
So we're up to 4. Clippers. Now you're not as a big of a Lou guy as I. But even you can say Lou Stain.
Why?
Oh, come on, it's Pink.
No, why?
These are not good rosters. He's carrying them. Him and Kawhi.
That's dramatic.
He's carrying them.
Carrying them to mediocrity.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he most likely stays, but I do ask the question, why? Like, what again, the Clipper, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to trudge forward with Kawhi and just a bunch of random role players? Is that what Clippers basketball is about?
I will say this, though. They are apparently Kawhi is rumored to Golden State. Golden State is going to go old man big game hunting next year with either Kawhi or LeBron. If Kawhi ends up in Golden State, Clippers could be looking at a mini rebuild, and then like why Lou? Because if Kawhi leaves, you got the small point guard and a bunch of whatever.
Yeah, a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. So, Phoenix Suns, Jordan Knott, but this is his, I believe, first year. He may get another year in Phoenix. Phoenix they've been up and down.
Yeah.
But still, like, hey, there may be something with here.
Right.
So yeah. I think everybody else stays. Well, Minnesota. What if Minnesota flames out? Timberwolves.
I'm all for getting rid of that guy.
And yeah, Chris Finch.
Mosley needs to go.
Mosley's with
Magic.
No. I'm in the West right now.
Oh, we're only doing.
I'm quickly moving to the East, but I'm saying the West. Minnesota's the last team I feel like, if they flame out first round, I think he's out of there.
Yeah, the Rockets, Dallas, San Antonio are all set. Denver's good.
Lakers OKC
are good. OKC's good.
San Antonio, of course, you said. Yeah.
All
right, now that's 5 in the West. Now coming over to the East. Well, we hit on one East team. I'm sorry, Washington.
You tricked me with that.
I know I did. Indiana. He gets another year because what's that coming back?
Wait for Hallie to come back in a top pick.
We can put the Nets on there. I don't even know who's there.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Nets guy.
Chicago Bulls. He's similar to not with the losing, but Doc Rivers. But Billy Donovan has like a great statue in the league for reasons that we may not be able to explain.
He has like he doesn't even get interviewed.
You know what I mean?
He's like the dude behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. Like he's there, but like literally, like he's there. Like you don't even hear him talk.
Yeah.
Like there's no controversy. There's no concern.
No.
There's nothing positive. He's just over there drawing up plays, and that's even in this Jaden Ivey thing. Like I don't
no
think
statements.
There's a single Billy Donovan
like do they ask him questions? I don't know. He just exists.
He's got the most unique job in sports, man. He just doesn't have to deal with the media at all.
He just exists. Man.
And Chicago's like an enormous city.
It is.
That is crazy. But I don't think we can talk
when
about
Tibbs was there. Like you heard him every other week.
I don't understand it. And Billy has a nice personality. Like he's a good guy. He's like whatever. I don't understand that. Maybe Billy Donovan died 3 years ago. And it's like Weekend at Bernie's, and they just kind of prop him up and pretend he's coaching, and that's why we don't hear from him.
I wouldn't doubt it, man.
But we got to talk about this though, because I thought this was. So there was some talk, I think when John was here, that Billy Donovan might get the Carolina basketball job.
Yeah.
And then earlier this week, I had heard that Malone might be the new Magic coach. And then like a day or two later, bang, he's the Carolina coach. And so the Magic probably lose the top guy they were interested in. Billy Donovan's clearly not leaving to go to Carolina, so does he just stay indefinitely in basketball purgatory in Chicago? Or would
go to Orlando?
Maybe he goes to Orlando. Maybe that would be a thing.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody else about this on the behalf of North Carolina. He couldn't wait for the Magic to flame out in the playoffs. Like that's a long extended time. North Carolina would have filled that job by then. So like I don't blame him. Like even if he wanted to stay in the NBA,
yeah,
it's like I can't take that chance. North Carolina is a good job, and it's like, do I want to take that chance of waiting?
I don't think it's much of a chance in light of what we're talking about. Maybe it wouldn't have been the Magic, but there's going to be a lot of jobs available. and you're a championship NBA coach.
Malone, yeah.
You're going to be in the mix for any job that you express an interest in. I don't buy that. I mean, he clearly made a decision to go to North Carolina and have that experience in being a college coach.
Yeah.
I just saw it coming over here that he's signed to his staff Calipari's one of Calipari's assistants who's in charge of recruiting.
Okay.
So he's kind of going for it.
He's already got his feet on the ground.
Yeah. No, I mean, he clearly, for reasons that I don't understand, chose to go to North Carolina. I don't think it was an issue of waiting because with his resume and everything, I think he would have been an immediate candidate for almost any opening in the league.
No, 100%. And just to finish this up here, we at 6. Like, again, Milwaukee is 7. I think Miami is good. Charlotte is good. Orlando, we've said, so that's 8. I think if Philly flames out in the first round, I think that goes up to 9.
Yeah.
And then you can get there
Boston's
easily.
secure. Toronto's secure. The Knicks are secure.
Detroit secure.
Detroit.
Cleveland, if you flame out.
If you flame out,
I think it's a conversation, but you may run it back.
And he seems to be a well-liked guy.
I think so too.
Atkinson. So. Yeah, I don't think he's in jeopardy.
No, not in jeopardy. But But the Magic, man, the fans, they are screaming for his head.
Yeah,
like he's going to be out of there, quickly. And the way it is set, they're going to be in the play-in, for sure. And then you're going to get Detroit and Boston first round. So
Yeah, if you get out of the play-in.
Yeah, if you get it.
I just think that I don't like the Magic team. I haven't liked Paulo for a long time. I do think he's like a soft guy. I don't know what the hell's going on with Franz. But they're just not a good team. And Mosley he's just kind of there.
I think he's a developmental coach and not like a guy who will get you to the next level.
Yeah, could be, or maybe. I mean, I just kind of feel like he's just kind of there. If you have a team that has the right qualities, he's probably capable of just riding that without causing a problem, without
getting in the way.
Yeah, getting in the way. Like almost he could be a passenger. He could be a Larry Coker.
That's football.
2001 Miami Hurricanes. Yeah. The players went in and said, "Hire this guy. He won't get in our way." we'll get you a title.
We'll get you a title.
That's it. So maybe he could do that. But I just don't think he has much of a persona. And again, if your thing is I'm a guy that does the job and I'm an understated guy, kind of having the frictions he's had with Paulo and that being kind of like this underlying story, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Or at least termination.
No, 100%. Moving along here to a couple of topics that I seen. One big one is this girl here. I don't know if you saw this, and where are you at here? So a 29-year-old girl here. She went on vacation. She's from Florida actually too. She went on vacation to St. Martin with her sister. Tragically returned home in a casket after leaving the club with an alleged drug lord who had $1 million bounty on his head. Now,
before the crime.
Yeah, basically some guys came in and gunned him down, but she was with him, right?
Oh, so she was gunned down.
Yeah,
okay, so he
yeah.
didn't do anything.
No, he didn't do anything to her.
Oh, okay.
And my thing is this, like, because I've been around. I've been to quite a few different countries here, and even domestically. And of course,
you've walked out of the club with wanted men.
And of course, the goal when guys are out for the most part is you're trying to take a woman home with you. And ideally you want to smash that same night, especially if you're from out of town. But,
time is of the essence.
Bare minimum, you're trying to, get a number, get to know her or whatever. And I always thought to myself, it's like, it really is a dangerous game on both sides. I feel like for the man, for both people, right? Sexual safety is important. But if you meet
this from the guy that doesn't believe in AIDS. well, what exactly is your concern?
I just said I haven't seen it.
Big anti-herpes guy. You live in fear of chlamydia?
But what I'm saying is, if you meet a girl that's willing to smash you that same night, I probably would try to find a condom somewhere. Okay,
Really?
and it may not be the type of woman you want to bear your child.
You wouldn't just automatically default to I'm him?
No. And on the woman's side, I feel like physical safety is important because you don't know this man at all. He could be crazy. He could be whatever. And so
we know one thing: he's horny.
So, but it happens, and it's like, I do feel like it's a part of life, and it's a good part of life, for lack of better terms. So, this woman here is like nothing to be blamed on her. It's just one of those things. She ran into a guy that she liked. Apparently, he slashed a bunch of money. He reeled in. And
But see, can't we find fault with that?
no, because I don't know how much money he was flashing or whatever. But she probably felt comfortable because he's buying all the drinks. Probably.
But that's
telling
my
her
point.
He has this, has that.
That's my point.
It's like if he's a drug lord, that's the way
she-
this article says.
She was seduced by the money.
Yeah, maybe he's attractive. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she was seduced by the money.
but it's still like you can't. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
You know that this guy's splashing around money, and like a moth to a flame, you are over there. On your knees, on all fours, on whatever position he desires.
Oh gosh,
Dude, absolutely, you've got to find a little fault with her for that.
I don't know, man.
She could have just some quiet, attractive guy in the club and had a good evening. But no, she was attracted to that. That, like, you may not know exactly what that is, but you know what it is. Like, you may not know where that money comes from, but you are attracted to that.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, but you can't. But you also think to yourself, like, you on vacation. I'm here. It's like,
Yeah, people
I'm trying to get my groove on. Why not get my groove on with a guy who's actually getting some money? I don't know.
I think it's a cheap move. I do. Because again, you're gonna go. Because again, this is like that thing when we talked about. Maybe it's just me and Jackie on the show, but it was just like she was like, where should the women go to find these high value men, and like it was like the 5-star hotel lobbies and airports, and I'm like, well, what's the point of that? Like, you're literally going to like a transient place. And if you're looking for something more than just a good time, why are you trying to connect with somebody who likely doesn't stay or have any connection to you or your area? Makes no sense. You're on vacation. Like, you're not trying to marry this guy.
Right.
You just, like, you could just fuck an attractive guy. And that's it. Like, the money shouldn't matter when you're on vacation.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
That's my point, yeah. Like, but the fact that she's attracted to this, and I'm not completely saying, hey, this is why she deserves to be dead. That's not the connection I'm making. But again, you go to this guy who's making a show of himself in the club. You are attracted to that money. But to me, you're on vacation. It's not money that's a long-term play for you. And here you go. You get yourself in this situation. Yeah. There's a danger to that.
Yeah, and I guess that still ties into my first point. Yes, it is a danger to that. Unfortunately,
yeah,
it's a danger to it, man. And I go back and thinking about the times that I've done that. It's just a dangerous thing, man. Luckily, I made it out.
I'm happy you're here. Too funny.
Oh man, I was supposed to go to St. Martin's Carnival too.
What have you ever had like in terms of being like on the road? Have you had like a dangerous encounter or something kind of went sideways somewhere along the courtship?
Not abroad. No, not abroad, but quite a few domestically. But just a couple, not quite a few, but like a couple. Yeah, because you're an America guy. People love their guns, man. So it's when you're out in certain places, it's a higher probability of that happening.
Wait, you're saying a girl with the guns?
No, guys who want the girls.
Oh,
Have the
okay,
guns,
okay,
you know?
okay.
Like, you know, overprotective of a woman that's not even yours type of situation.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah. So rest in peace. Unfortunately.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Another thing that Ant was kind of I heard him talking to you, but while you're walking in.
Yeah.
Another thing with money, a woman who was normally paid at $16.50 an hour, but due to a payroll error, she was paid $16,650 an hour for a 12-hour shift. So she received $19,000 whatever more than she would have than she was owed, and refused to turn in the extra money. You know what's funny about this is essentially I do payroll, right? So I'm in human resources, and the part of payroll I do is I have to input their hourly pay rate or their salary.
Okay.
And like, you know, knock on wood, you know, I have
Take this guy to jail. What are we doing? That's out of pocket, man.
Thankfully, man, I haven't made any mistakes because, like, yeah, man, the zeros, they really fucking matter. And but I never thought to myself, like, this woman here, she went to jail because she refused to. I didn't know, like, we talked about that Nigerian guy, but I didn't know that you could go to jail for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought. But like,
But I thought for sure, like, that payroll person is fired. So I pay so close attention because I don't want to get fired.
yeah. See, okay, so that's the crazy thing. So again, like, she's not making the mistake. Like, the
Right.
payroll person made this mistake. Like, she's just, I work my shift. You guys decided to pay me too much. I don't get what she did. I
They
guess,
ask you to give it back.
right. But like, does that really trigger like a criminal charge?
They try to say it's theft or something. Like
That's a little weird for me because okay, let's say you found $15,000
Yeah.
in cash somewhere,
Mhm.
and somebody tells you to give that back because it's theirs. Is that a criminal? Like, what's going on?
I think they have a certain amount of time to, like, claim it or something in
Yeah.
that actual scenario.
and then you're legally bound to return it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe it's rooted in that then, that like a timely request for return of funds has been made, and you are intentionally refusing that request, which rises to the level of some sort of theft.
Yeah.
So I can follow the logic of that. But my goodness, though, like, again, I don't want to belittle a certain amount of money, but, you know, an extra 17, 18 grand is worth going to jail for? Like $1 million, the math's a lot different.
$1 million, the math is a lot different.
But you're sitting there $17,000, $18,000 extra. Like, what? That just doesn't make sense.
If they're threatening me with the jail thing, and I have to do my research, like, oh, I really can go to jail for this, because like, no one, like, again, I have, like, you know, so if jail was not on the table and I have the money and I didn't know I can go to jail, but okay, but if it's just I lose my job, now we're talking about something different.
It's kind of like a severance.
I may do that, because if she's getting $16.50 an hour, that's near a minimum wage. So that's like a next step up from a minimum wage job.
Right.
You could most likely
You could
she could
replace the
find
job. Yeah,
she could replace that job.
Yeah.
So, but again, if jail is on the line, no. I don't
And
think
that's
it's worth it.
kind of what I'm kind of like getting at. Is it like, you know, hey, please return the money. We both know that it wasn't supposed to be that amount. And they go, well, I'm going to keep it. You gave it to me. And so, all right, let's explain how this thing goes. Your refusal has now risen to the level of a theft for which you could be arrested and prosecuted. Is this what you want to do?
No.
And then apparently,
Yeah.
bring it, bitch. Try me. Let's go.
The most hilarious thing is you say, "Yeah, bring it, bitch," and she goes to court, and then she ends up paying $30,000 in lawyer fees.
Yeah, that's funny though. That's funny.
Oh, man.
You probably get the public defender.
You have to. I
No,
mean,
you know, the
it's
funny thing is, usually, I think that there is like some sort of financial criteria to qualify for the public defender. I think. And the fact that they know she has this money would maybe preclude her from having access to the public defender.
And you know what else is a fucking killer?
That would be funny.
What else is a killer is now you go to jail and you lose your job and you get a record.
Yeah.
And you come out and you try to replace that job with another shit job. And they're like, no, because you have a fucking record.
You better go get a pedicure and try them OnlyFans feet pics. That's all that's left.
That's all that's left.
I mean, if you don't want to be, putting boots down on the trail.
You got to be more modern. A little more modern. Yeah, get the page going. Yeah, she's screwing herself for 20,000.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
$1 million, the math is different. 20,000, you got it. No,
that's tough. That's tough.
It is tough. What if I try to work out a deal? Like, hey, let me keep 2,000.
I assume the problem is that it like, however there had to have been some like discussions, requests, demands, what have you, and somehow that all just broke down.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And then like we talk about this a lot too. Maybe she was like a shitty employee to begin with, and then this error happens, and it's like, we're not giving her any favors. Like, we'll let her make a fool of this situation because we don't want her around anyway.
Yeah.
That's one of those things too.
That's on the table.
Yeah.
That is on the table.
She's like the 4-time employee of the month.
4-time employee of the month. Really?
Do you guys do employee of the month at your job?
No. You did it at some of your jobs?
No, I never. But I like it.
I do.
I just like it, man.
I do. And then sometimes they have plaques and stuff.
Yeah, I just think it's hysterical. Like it.
You're the guy working there for
20
years.
One time in my whole life as a homeowner, I got like yard of the month in the community.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was funny though.
Who was your landscaper? Did you give him a bonus?
No. Didn't even consider it.
It's his work. It's not your work.
We had design factors, man.
Okay.
He was just executing the plan.
I got you.
The front office got to be rewarded.
The front office got to be rewarded. I got you.
Oh, that's good.
I got you. Moving along here to the NFL.
Oh, not these guys.
Sheduer versus.
I thought we were good for at least another 2.5 months
Deshaun.
before we had to address this.
Have you heard about it at all?
Hell no.
No.
One of the last things on my mind is Cleveland Browns football right now.
Well, they're having a strong quarterback battle, and they have kind of booty bumped Dylan Gabriel
Whoa!
out of the picture, man.
First we got the wood, and now we're booty bumping.
Lack of better
I
terms.
feel like I'm at the old Parliament House today.
Lack of better terms.
Wow.
Oh man, but the thing is so some people are complaining again about the reps and now
Already?
Yeah, so now that
because what I had heard prior to today was like that apparently Dylan Gabriel hadn't been spending a lot of time around a facility, and Sheduer had, and I hadn't heard much of anything about Deshaun.
Yeah. So Sheduer has been, but Sheduer and Deshaun has pretty much been there the entire time.
Okay.
But yeah, so but so I don't know if Dylan is going to end up lobbying for a trade or something, because like I said, that's why it kind of goes to they kind of bumped him out of the picture. Maybe him and his representation doesn't like what they're experiencing right now.
Oh, hell no! But it's on, like, whether you like it or not. If you want the job, you have to be in the facility. If you want any shot at it, you have to be in the facility, especially at the position of quarterback, and doubly so if you're a relatively inexperienced guy. There's no thing. So if this is either his decision or his management's decision that, hey, we're not gonna go, we're basically gonna try and push for other options because there's no future in Cleveland. Which I agree with on both parts. I don't think he has a future in Cleveland, and I think he's right to do whatever's necessary to get himself to another opportunity. So he's doing what's necessary. And then that leaves Sheduer and Deshaun.
So the coach says, do not read into, the starting reps over the next few months. It's going to change periodically. But I don't know. I just thought maybe we talk about it a little early and see what becomes of it, because it's going to be such a lightning rod. And the mix of, I think Sheduer is anyhow, but the mix of the Deshaun thing it is so interesting to me, because, he was left for dead. It's funny because that same owner of the same team had just said, "Oh man, we made the fucking biggest mistake probably in U.S. world history." And it's like, now this guy is.
I think some other assholes in the process of doing that right now.
Facts. But but apparently though, this that same guy is back healthy and fighting for a starting job on your team. I don't know. I find that a little peculiar.
It is. I just felt like Deshaun Watson doesn't look like the same player that he was in Houston, even before this recent Achilles injury. So I don't understand why he's competing for that job, but for the fact that, maybe just Sheduer continues to struggle and he can't produce the level of consistency that makes everybody comfortable that we have a guy.
Well, everyone is saying the money first is the reason.
I don't agree with that.
Because we've seen teams do something with.
They've been paying him that money for maybe 3 years now, and they haven't gotten anything out of him.
Yeah.
So why does that now matter? Like seriously, what is the deal? You have to be coming closer to a period where you could part ways than you were obviously 3 years ago.
Yeah, with minimal.
So I don't I don't understand. I don't really buy that as a driving factor.
Yeah.
And Sheduer's not costing them a significant amount of money.
Right. So if Sheduer's not the problem, then the money you're paying Deshaun shouldn't be the problem.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
You're probably paying Sheduer below market for a backup.
Yeah.
Given the fact that he was taken in the 5th round.
Yeah.
And so you're paying below market for that. So even if you're wasting money on a non-starter, financially you're still probably in a half decent position.
Yeah.
And as bad as Deshaun's contract was 3 or 4 years ago, the market has progressed beyond that.
That too.
And so I'm not, it's still a bad contract, but there's other teams paying more at that position than you are.
Yeah.
So I don't buy the financial thing. I think that it might have more to do with, maybe Deshaun looks halfway decent and maybe Sheduer can't be as consistent as you need him to be for a starting guy.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And then the draft's approaching, so, who knows? Would they look at a quarterback?
Have you been looking at a lot of that draft stuff?
Not too much. I saw recently Mendoza is not going to attend the draft. He's going to pull a Jameis and be at home. And that Nigerian guy, my goodness.
Yeah, his measurables jumped off the page.
Yeah,
went to the
6'4" and a
HBCU
half,
camp.
306 pounds.
Yeah.
4'5", 4'6", 40. Crazy vertical leap, crazy broad jump.
But they're still saying he may even go undrafted. But they're saying late round, if anything. Just just because
Now,
of the measurables.
So, yeah, I didn't understand. He was at an HBCU combine, but he hasn't actually played football.
Right.
And so he's in the category of Jordan Mailata.
Yeah, essentially.
And so I'm taking him. I'm not taking him in the first round, but if I'm a general manager, he's not going undrafted.
Yeah.
At some point in this process, that athletic marvel is better than anything on the board.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll the dice with that.
Yeah.
I like that thing. Now, I know you could probably, you can also talk about, the Chiefs guy with the Australian rules football, who kind of gave it a go and then kind of left. Here's my take on that. That guy always knew that he had a plan B. He could always go back to being an Australian rules football star. And being like a fringe roster guy on the Chiefs, or for any NFL team for that matter, at some point wasn't that appealing. And he knew, hey, I've given it a go. I've fulfilled this, and I know I can go back and do this other thing. I'm not aware, and if somebody knows, I'm not aware that this guy's doing anything else on that level. And so he's going to be all in. And I think an all-in guy
with those measurables.
Those measurables. And,
Like I said, I would love for my Chiefs to take a stab at them.
And like, don't underestimate Africans.
Yeah,
Like, they work. They will put in the work.
yeah.
They will get after it. And so I would draft that guy probably as high as anybody would.
No, there's been several Nigerian stars, if you will. You had the what's that? The Nigerian Nightmare.
Christian
You remember him?
Okoye. Of course I did.
Yeah, man. So there's been quite a few. That's the one that comes to my mind. But there's been quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Elmano. Yeah. I look at it from the draft. Talking about here. Because this is like the first time we had a top 10 pick in so long. So I find myself just, looking at all these mock drafts.
Are you guys
who we could
10
take.
or what is the actual
9?
pick? 9.
And we have like so many. It's funny because I feel like we have so many glaring needs. 80% of our secondary leaves in this offseason. But at the same time, we're not a team that invests in secondary players when you really look at it. And once we get them on the rookie deal, once they get to about year 4, we either trade them or let them walk, which we've done again this year. And so you would say, okay, we need a cornerback or a safety. And they have the Caleb guy who is going to be in that range.
Yeah.
You have LSU cornerback. He has like a name I can't really pronounce. But you know what I'm talking about? The Missouri, I don't want to mess it up. Then you look at it. We need. We also need. We can't rush the quarterback. We're one of the last in the last 5 teams in the league as far as getting to the quarterback. So defensive end, you got Ruben Bain, but he has dinosaur arms. They tell me the shortest arms in the history of the draft.
Yeah, and I still think
Thought
he'll
that
be
was
gone
weird.
before 9.
Yeah, but he's in that range. Like all these
yeah.
guys are in that range, but he may be. We didn't have to worry about at first. The very first couple of mock drafts we had, the running back was supposed to be coming to us,
Jeremiah Love.
but then he has the huge combine, and that moves him up a few spots. So then we go out and get Seattle, the Super Bowl MVP running back, Kenneth Walker, which I do think that will be a huge upgrade from what we've had.
Yeah.
Even you witnessed, like you said, Pacheco. He's like punch drunk. He's just yeah. So. And he goes to a new team anyhow. And then receiver. You got we it sounds like we have a lot, but we really don't. Like we all like Xavier Worthy, but he's really more of a gadget guy than a natural 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice just can't stay out of trouble to save his life. He still has to do some jail time. Okay. But yeah, people haven't even, from the first events, and then a month or 2 ago, you got apparently he beat his girl after that. But the NFL just a week ago was like, what we didn't find any wrongdoing. So apparently he's cleared of that. But it's just like, who knows next month what's going to happen? He's always into some shit. He's unreliable.
Yeah, you can't make plans with a dude who's in and out of jail.
You know what I mean?
Very
Travis Kelce is old. They got the Oregon tight end. He looks good. He has like one of the best measurables at tight end.
Yeah, but I've heard bad stuff about him.
Yeah.
I've heard he just doesn't really understand how to play. Like he's one of those guys. Like you look at his measurables, you watch him walk off the bus, and you're like, this guy is the guy.
Right.
And then you watch him like run routes and find spaces to catch the ball, and you're like, this guy is not the guy.
So out of all those guys I just mentioned, like
I like Downs. I just think I know there's some issues. Is he not big enough? Is he not this? He's not that. I think he's a football player. I don't put it like I don't think he plays stylistically like Tyrann Mathieu, but I think in terms of the general notion that this is a football player, that what he does transcends the measurables. He may do it in a different way than the Honey Badger did, but I like him a lot because I think he's a football player.
So if Downs, Bain, and one of those top 2 receivers that they keep talking about.
Who are the top 2 receivers? I'm a little lost on that.
You got what is he? Is he Ohio State? What is that receiver?
Oh, Tate,
Connor Tate. He's one of them. And then the other one is, I want to say Iowa State or something.
Iowa State. I don't know. Oh wait, is it the dude? Whose brother plays for the Cavs? No, that's Arizona State.
It might be Arizona State.
His brother plays for the Cavs.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Jordan Tyson.
Yeah. His
Those
brother's
are
a Cav.
the top two. Jordan Tyson
Okay,
and
and
Carnell
then you're
Tate.
talking Bain or Downs.
Yes. If they're all that grouping is
there.
there at 9.
I don't think you can make a bad pick with that at 9.
Oh yeah.
If any of those guys are there at 9,
Because Baines and Downs, they have the size.
There's a size issue, but I think both guys are
they're both
players.
going to be players. Okay.
I do think my concern with Bain, with the shorter arms, I think he will be. They're not the same prototype, but like Jared Verse is a very good defensive end. He's a Pro Bowl caliber guy, but he plays like kind of like a power game, which means he's not an elite sack guy. He's always going to be below the top guys in sacks. And Baines, with the short arms, he's kind of a low leverage pseudo power guy. I think he'll be a productive player, but I will be surprised if he generates the eye-popping like 16, 18 sack seasons. I think he can probably be like a 10 sack guy, but that he get his pressure rate is high. He just plays good football. But I don't think you're going to have an elite like 16 to 18 sack guy out of that spot with him. So take that for what you will. Both receivers are good. I think Tate ran a little bit of a slow time.
That's his thing.
Yeah, and so that's the knock there. So they all have some upside, but they got some warts. I feel like I would probably take Downs out of those guys.
Take Downs, call it a day.
Yeah.
Need secondary help anyway, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just how I've been viewing it, and we'll see. I think we're still 2 weeks away.
Who would you take it out of those 4 players?
I can't make my mind up, man.
Yeah, it's tough
because they're all a need. For me, I think Bain is on the back end of that.
Okay.
Just because if I'm going to take a D in there, I want him to have the potential to be one of the best like pass rushers in the league, because we're not drafting a guy there for power and to stop the run. We're always top 10 against the run. We need to rush the passer. Like we have a strong defense. We don't have one guy that can do that on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And Chris Jones, he's gotten to the age where he's one of the best run stuffers in the league, and he'll pop here and there as far as pass rushing. It's just not as common as it was in his early prime. So yeah, we desperately need help there. And I don't want to take a guy there who's not going to solve that issue.
Yeah.
Downs solves issues on that defense, and of course the receivers, they'll do what they do.
Yeah.
But I have talked myself out of the tight end. I didn't really know about those issues.
Yeah.
But just that I talked myself out of him. But we have 2 first-round picks, and I do think if we go like defense first, and if that tight end is still there at the end of the first, I would like to take a swing at him. But I don't. I think teams always talk themselves into those physical marvels.
Yeah.
With that has that experience, and so I think he'll be gone like probably midway through the draft. Our second pick is like
somebody would take him.
mid-20s.
Yeah. I'd be comfortable with somebody else taking him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else is high on the tight end board?
They say it's a deep tight end draft. That's another reason why too. I talked myself out of that. Yeah. I don't know any specific names, but that's what they all say as far as the reporters and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, man. The
other thing, I don't know quite how he's rated, but you got the other dude, and they might fall to that is Texas Tech David Bailey. Yeah. Or the other Miami guy, Messidor.
He's
defensive end. They had the 2
He
ends.
must be later.
What I'm saying is that if you end up going like Downs, maybe you get a chance at Messidor.
Oh, on the back end of that first round.
Yeah, maybe.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I haven't looked at a mock draft there, but that's a way to look at it.
No, that is. And some people are having that conversation of Bailey versus Bain. Because some people have Bailey as the first DN off the board.
Yeah.
And Bailey is second. So, but it's still close enough to where a team may talk themselves into. What is your take on Bailey?
I saw him only played it one time. I mean, he looked good. I mean, he looks the part. He looks explosive. You know, he looks like he can really make some things happen. So I liked him from what I saw. He's very limited. What's the deal with like Styles and the other Ohio State guy?
So I'm looking at a mock draft now, and Styles, what position he plays?
He's like an outside linebacker, defensive end type.
He's not in the top 15. I can tell you that. But
he was a freak show at the combine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see him in this mock draft here.
And heck, you just go with all those other guys and then like grab the Nigerian guy late.
Yeah.
and start carving his bus for Canton.
What do you think about Ty Simpson? There's a lot of talk been about him too. Are you a Ty Simpson guy? No.
I'm not saying he sucks, but I don't see a franchise quarterback. I see probably a long-time backup.
Yeah.
But long-time backup who will start 50 career games.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody compared the top guy to Alex Smith. And
yeah, I can see
Fernando
that.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're a Raiders fan, does that really excite you?
Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find Mendoza exciting. I'm not convinced that he's a true top pick.
Okay.
Like just a great franchise quarterback. I don't think that's there. He's a guy that has some good kind of like straight line athleticism running the ball. He doesn't seem to me to have like a lot of like kind of little wiggle short area movements that are functionally effective. I think he has a good arm. I think he's a guy that talks the talk and will be like, talk leadership, study film, do
got a good talk,
all the right shit. But I just don't see an elite player.
Yeah.
When you compare him to the other dudes playing football, that are at the top of this, I don't see where he measures up to those guys.
Facts. And not my fault. They got Sonny Styles going to 7. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
To Washington Commanders.
Yeah, he was an absolute. I think he ran like a 4.39 and weighs like 240 pounds.
Yeah.
If he's, I would consider. I mean, if he fell to 9, I'm taking it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Washington, they can use a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They got the Cowboys on here. They have him. They have Caleb dropping down to they're thinking Dallas is going to go defense for the majority of the draft.
Okay.
So yeah, they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything on this, man? Bronny's improvement from last season to this season. He got 2.3 points to 2.5. Got some. He's at least improved in every category.
He's literally ticked up in every single category.
Yeah,
that's pretty amazing. but they're like absolutely negligible improvements. I just don't know. I don't know. So 10,
any chance
10 years from now he'll be at a 3.7 points per game.
Any chance in hell that he stays at the Lakers if LeBron leaves?
No way.
You just don't see it at all.
Why would they?
And then why?
How could they?
And then, if he fancies himself as a real NBA player, why would you move to wherever LeBron moves? You see what I'm saying? Like you don't want to do the Antetokounmpo brother thing. You don't want to do that.
I think he's already there.
Cause nobody takes those guys seriously.
No, I don't think anybody takes Bronny seriously. I mean, who does? Like, we're putting this graph up.
Yeah, to be funny.
There's nobody's takes him seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole thing is, does he stay? I mean, does he? And when I say does he, can he stay in the league when LeBron's out of the league?
That's the big question.
That's it. That's the only thing that matters.
But my thing, I think your only opportunity at that is LeBron leaving the Lakers team. And whether you stay with the Lakers or not, I don't think you can follow him. If that's your plan, if that's your goal.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like Austin had to
It's
get
probably
away
not
from
a
Doc.
bad point.
Like Austin had to get away from Doc.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it's
he
just-
needed the life raft when it happened.
he needed the life raft when it happened. Yeah,
And so
at
that's
one
kind of
point.
like I don't think he can exist without the life raft right now.
So he's like all other black guys who can't swim.
Damn. I didn't go there. You did. Yeah, that's funny. No, I don't think he could stand on his own at this point. And I think if LeBron leaves and he follows his dad, it buys him another year of development. And that's really all this is about at this point. Because I don't think there's a market like for him to just be, hey, I'm a free agent, I'd like to sign. Like nobody's jumping at that. So you're there. I mean, that's the thing, when Giannis leaves Milwaukee, all the brothers go to.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if that younger one makes any way, but
It'd be
not
fun.
a soul takes the other one seriously at all. I mean, he's really a joke of the league in some
except
sense.
for Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
Jeff's the only guy.
I didn't even know it was a third one until they did that thing. It was like a record. Yeah, well,
No, there's four.
on the same team?
Oh, I don't know if there's four in the same.
No.
team.
I think it's just the three.
Okay.
But they haven't even done the record yet. I think that's why Giannis wants to play so bad too.
No, he said that.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
he
okay.
literally said that.
Wanted to play with the
Like,
brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's not like he wants to win a
Which is-
championship.
Which
I mean,
is
this year.
stupid. Like why not
Let him play.
do it?
Yeah,
Like,
let him
dude,
play.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't.
You already got him on the the brothers on the team.
They're already on the team. Like I don't understand like why you like what you're so invested in tanking that like that's just not you're gonna deprive him of that moment.
That's another thing.
That's crazy.
That's sick.
That is. That's really dirty. That's why I think he's done with them.
Yeah.
Like if you and just to me, I do think Giannis is a prideful guy. And to me, the fact that they pushed this to a point where he has to ask for it should sever the relationship completely.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Unless he's gonna do a LeBron and just circle back and get back on his knees.
towards the end of the career. My thing was to the Lakers. Two things. I never expected Dalton Connect to be this bad to where he gets DNPs. I don't know. He had his rookie season. He just showed flashes, and I think that's weird. I think that canceled trade. I think that
It broke him.
fucked him.
Broke him up.
And he just hasn't recovered from it.
No, I
And then
think
he
he's a
had
broken
those
guy.
remarks and those comments about how emotional he was, and they had to send him away for a game because,
Yeah.
and then let him come back. I was like, damn, and that really, that broke him, man.
Yeah.
But you gotta come out of that. I mean, because you're dying here.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Bronny's getting in the game before you, and it's like, and he's better. I mean,
Yeah.
when they went to Dalton earlier this year, I mean, he was a big nothing burger.
No, I think, whatever reason that non-trade broke him. And, he's also like the Lakers with all they got going. I think he just got lost too.
Yeah.
Like part of it, he got lost before the non-trade, and then the non-trade happens, and it literally was a breaking point.
Yeah.
But it's just like you got the whole LeBron circus, then you're making the Luka trade, and you're just this rookie guy who's just trying to, find a place in the league, and you're just stuck in this situation with these, kind of basketball savants, kind of figuring out how they're going to coexist, and nobody's particularly worried about you
At all.
Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I always felt like, there's this thing in coaching, I've always hated when I've had too many players on the roster, because you can't pretend that everybody's relevant at a certain number. Like you have your group that does stuff, and the other guys, if they're there and they don't have a purpose, it's bad for the team, but it's bad for them, because they literally show up, practice, game, and there's no real meaning to it. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to stay ready, and these things. But if the opportunity never comes, it's all bullshit. And you're again, these are guys that have grown up playing a lot, being central to their team's success, and now you are literally irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know, it was fun. I mean, like, like when I was coaching high school, you know, it'd be like, say, oh, so and so can't come to practice. I'm good. You know? That's fine. No problem.
No problem.
I mean, that, you know, that's it. Like, you know, but you know, another guy can't make. You know, it's, oh, Jesus Christ, my days. You know, what do we got to do? Does he need a ride?
Does he need limo service?
You know, like, what's going on? So yeah, but I think that's just brutal for guys to go through, and he's really not done a good job of fighting through that.
Another thing I found interesting about the Lakers is JJ did a lower level of the Doc thing, but in the media they were asking him questions, he answered them. Because him and Vando got into it.
Yeah.
And then DeAndre Ayton made a comment. And so the media asked JJ, you saw this?
No.
Yeah. So they asked him,
Break
okay,
it
so
down.
what was the moment with you and Vando? And so what happened is they're in the game and against OKC. And in the first quarter, it is a game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get Vando in there, who has struggled this season, you know, and they were looking for him to have a bigger role this year. Just hasn't been that, you know, that impactful. And he gets in there, he gets fouled on a 3-pointer. He misses all 3 free throws. You know, we have a lot of experience with missed free throws here.
We do.
And
I just felt like a flashback.
And
PTSD.
JJ gets pissed, calls a timeout, takes him out the game. And while you calling the timeout, you know how the coaches like come to the court and they just have to just the coaches.
Yeah.
So Vando is the only player who just comes up and is trying to like, you know, talk to JJ, you know, I don't know, keep me in the game or whatever he's saying. And JJ is just like totally dismissing him. And then they have this back and forth. So when the media asked about him, he's like, at part of the game, he's like, Vando gets fouled, he goes up, he missed 3 free throws, I take him out. We got to be better than that. And he just hasn't been. And then they were like, okay, DeAndre Ayton, he made a comment about wanting more touches and this and that. You know, what do you speak to not going to him and more in the second half? He was just like, we tried to get him the ball a couple of times early, and he kept fumbling the ball. Can't catch the ball. Can't catch the ball. We're not going to give you the ball. He was just like, so yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought, I was like, oh, bad hands guy.
Yes.
We all hate bad hands guy.
Yes.
He was just like, you know, I don't know if it's the passer or if it's him, but we don't have time in real time to figure that out. We just got to figure something else out, you know?
No, that's I couldn't agree with him more.
Yeah.
On both. No, you just, you know, I mean, that's a direct way of dealing with these things. Like, you know, you can do hey, maybe, you know, give him another chance, whatever. And I mean, I'll admit sometimes I have. Like, sometimes somebody's done, you know, hasn't played particularly well, and you're kind of like, I really want to come around, but let me give him another minute or two, you know, off the hook. And sometimes, like, okay, you are sending, like, when you sub a guy directly off of a mistake, you are sending a clear message.
Oh, yeah.
You are not fucking helping us.
Yeah.
And that's different. Like, if you're trying to preserve, like, to me, unless you have a certain character of guy, when you do that, he's done for the day.
Yeah.
Like, you're you know, he's not coming back. Now, there's some, like, kind of unique, like, sort of competitive type guys that, like, if you do that, they'll sit there and seethe for, you know, until you put them back in, but when they go back in, they're going to make some shit happen.
Yeah, like I remember when Pop would do that with like a whole starting lineup.
Well,
like, they'll make a
that's
mistake.
a different move.
This is a different move
because you got
singular.
You have to recognize when you miss the free throws or you mishandle a pass, and there's a dead ball, a timeout, whatever, and I'm bringing you out.
Yeah,
like that is about you.
Yeah, that's different.
And that's the thing when you have a different belief in the player or you a certain respect for a player. You are going to let another minute or so go and then make the substitution. It may be for the free throws missed, but I'm going to show you the respect that I'm not yanking you right after that. I'm going to play it off like it's just a normal substitution or we're trying something else. But when you do that in the moment, you are like, that's a fuck you to that play. That you are embarrassing us. Like, that's no way about it. You know? And that you've got to, when you're JJ, you've got to either know that dude is like the type of person that is going to come back and do something to prove you wrong, or you've got to know I'm just done with this guy. Like I don't care. He can be mad as hell. He can walk out of here and go home. I don't care. Like, he's not helping us right now, and I don't have time to fuck around with this.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, for sure.
Not helping us right now. He hasn't helped us all season.
But that's in JJ's character. Remember the playoff elimination game when he just played the 5 guys?
Yeah.
Like, that's very much in his coaching character, is that, like, hey, if I don't think you're helping us, I'm not going to pretend to use you, and I'm not going to, kind of show you respect in that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you are consistently who you are, it may work.
Yeah.
And he seems to be trending in consistency in that area. He's not going to worry about embarrassing a guy or telling the media exactly why he made a decision. Well, I mean, it's sincere, it's honest. I do think it's respectable, and if he's consistent with that, I think it'll, it won't be a problem for him.
Yeah, 100%. I thought it was 100% inbounds.
Yeah. It is. It's like, I mean, there's like, when you got some players on your team, like, you just don't ever want to see them again. Like,
I'm sure Vando's one of them for him.
At Publix, in traffic, like, you just don't want to see them again. Like, I can't do this to myself.
Oh man. By the way, so Daytona Beach. Somebody was wearing our shirt in a grocery store.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I like it, man.
Yeah. So, and a worker had recognized the shirt.
Really?
It was like, hey, I know that podcast. I listened to that podcast.
And
that's
you're
crazy.
sitting right there.
I wasn't at the store at all. Somebody,
okay.
They were telling me the story.
I was like, it would be appropriate for you to interject it. I'm that guy.
No. This person, they were telling me that story, and it's so I just thought,
I love that.
Yeah.
I remember we were at
I don't promote in Daytona.
Yeah, no, I remember we were at the Ace League game, and a couple people I didn't know or didn't recognize at all. They were like, "Oh, that's Pink from Boba Pink Show." Hey, feel free to approach, man. We appreciate any feedback, and we're not contagious.
Angel Reese
got traded,
man.
I felt like calling you. I know you're so invested in women's basketball. I was gonna call.
And Angel Reese, she's one of my guys.
One of your guys.
She's one of my gals.
Yeah, she's a gal, man.
I have a very,
at least I think,
short list in WNBA. So
who's on the WNBA Bubba's list?
Right now, it's really just Reese and Nafisa Collier.
Okay.
Nafisa Collier is probably the best defensive player in the WNBA.
Those are the only two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so she was traded to a better team. And Chicago received some draft picks and stuff like that. And so, and we talked about this last season, at the end of the last season, because Reese and Chicago had some friction towards the end of the season. The team is bad, and she was calling out some of the teammates and coaches, some of the stuff she wasn't supposed to do. And so the relationship was fractured. They ended up moving her, but they moved her to a good team. And one of the star players she's played with before. And so it's a win for her. I'm not sure about Chicago. You have to, it's a wait and see with the picks, but
yeah,
it's a win for her for sure. And now she can compete, because whether she wants it or not, whether we want it or not, the Angel Reese Caitlin thing is just going to be there until they retire. And Caitlin's team is like really effing good. Like they made it to the playoffs and won playoff games and all of that when she wasn't even there. You know what I mean?
Right.
She has a really strong team. And now Angel is on a highly competitive team. She's been working out with you seen the videos?
Who?
With our guy. He's been on the podcast. Iron Rainey.
Oh yeah, she was doing that before.
She was doing that before, but
okay. She's still doing it.
Still doing it.
Okay.
Still doing it.
But she probably doing that to be close to Wendell Carter,
because he's here and they're up at Rollins. Yeah. No, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Gotta see the angle. Gotta see him.
Because I remember like a month ago they were doing it, because Pat was like the
rebounder.
The rebounder.
Yeah.
But this time, I knew it was a new video because it wasn't Pat. It was another short,
Pat's been replaced.
white Italian-looking guy.
Really?
Yeah, they kind of look similar too.
Do they?
But this guy just probably looked better.
Iron's got a type.
It's got a
For
time.
rebounder.
Pat, you got to get a haircut next time, man. Maybe you can stay.
You're not looking Italian enough.
But yeah. You know, working on a jump shot and stuff like that, which
Hey,
is
Italian,
bad.
Jim Tan Laundry. That's the Guidos from Jersey Shore.
Oh yeah.
That's their Guido. Pat, Jim Tan Laundry.
Yeah.
Pat's a little tanny. I don't think he does enough in the gym though, and
Probably not.
he might do some laundry though.
Yeah.
So, domestic chores for Pat.
Domestic chores from Pat.
What about your girl Juju? Is she?
That's
gonna
a
be
great
in the
question.
draft?
No, not going to be in the draft. She's
Oh, really?
coming back. But I thought you were just asking about like her overall like. Well, first of all, she can't enter the draft.
Why?
WNBA has you have to play 3 years in college, which is
Hasn't she been in 3 years? No,
I think only 2.
really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Either way, I know she's not going to be in the draft.
Okay.
Yeah. But I thought you were just asking about her like
Nah, I don't care like
her
that.
well-being. Her injury update.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
She's recovering from ACL.
I'm sure we could ask Jaden Daniels how she's doing.
Maybe his mom fully pushed her away.
I'm pushing mom away. Test that knee with a little reverse cowgirl.
Another thing I find myself doing these days, man, is of course.
I'm afraid to find out.
No. It's kind of the last thing I had to talk about was just a Philly update.
Oh God, do you have to?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have any rants or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just I'm a big fan, so I'm following. And we're fighting for this play-in. Well, we're hoping to avoid the play-in. And we got Houston Rockets tomorrow. We got 3 games left. Houston Rockets, then we got 2 tanking teams. The problem is Toronto is 1 game ahead of us. So we need them to lose a game. We own a tiebreaker. They had Miami 2 games in a row. I thought for sure Miami was going to win the first one. Toronto blew them out. So they got Miami again on tomorrow. So we got to hope the 83-point Bam Adebayo shows up.
That was like Haley's Comet, man. Once every 75 years.
We got to hope he shows up and not the fucking 7-point Bam Adebayo shows up that he had last night.
Yeah.
And 9 rebounds. And then they play Atlanta. Not Atlanta, but another good team as well at the end.
So Toronto has 2 good opponents.
New York Knicks and Miami.
And then you guys have only 1 good opponent.
Houston. But they're up 1 game on us. So we need them to lose a game, and we need to beat Houston.
Yeah. Well, if they lose those 2 games,
Yeah.
and you could even lose to Houston,
Yes.
it'll be tied, but you get the tiebreaker, so you're good.
And the 6th seed is so important in the East. Whether we get it, Toronto get it, the Magic has an outside chance of getting it. Okay? And because they play New York Knicks first round. And you want to avoid the play-in anyway because who knows what can happen in a 1-game scenario and all of this and that, and it's extra games.
Yeah, anything could go wrong.
You want to play. You got Paul George and Embiid. You want to avoid playing extra postseason games at all costs.
Minimal games.
And then, even if you win the play-in, you get rewarded with playing Detroit or Boston. Detroit, which Cade Cunningham came back tonight and is already playing well tonight. In the first game, he's back. Okay, they're playing. What's this? What's today? Wednesday, right? They played.
Wednesday.
They beat Milwaukee and Cade. Well, yeah, 13, 10, and 5. You know, he's working his way back like Tatum. And so yeah, you want to play the Knicks, man. You want to play the Knicks if you're one of those 3 teams. You want to play the Knicks versus Detroit or Boston.
Yeah,
that's like a massive. That's a massive drop.
Yeah, definitely need to get into the 6 for all those reasons. So.
Yeah, but I'm almost at a point where Philly though is like I almost want to say, give us the hardest path.
Why?
Just the fucking like the front office almost feels like, you know, they make mistake after mistake. It's either they don't care or they're what's the word, not good enough. I was looking for a better word.
Incompetent.
Incompetent. Either they don't care, they're incompetent. The coach, either he doesn't care or incompetent. The players, either they don't care or incompetent. You got Joel Embiid coming out last week like, hey, I want to play. Why they won't let me play? It's like, I guess he's trying to join in on that player movement. But it's like, Embiid, you're saying you want to play because we play the Wizards tonight. What about all, because you want to, I guess, come out and score 70 points. But it's like all these other games, we sat you and where was that at then?
Yeah, no complaints. I'm good.
I mean, give me a good team you want to, when it's time to play a good team you want to play. That's all. And then that's why part of me kind of I want the hardest path. And
but what does that accomplish? That's what I'm kind of lost.
Oh well, the hardest path ensures changes. Because
really,
yeah, because I think we can beat the Knicks, but just because you can beat the Knicks and then get in the second round and lose, that doesn't mean you're a better team. But that could trick people and say, okay, yeah, maybe we should run this back. Maybe we should. Yeah, Nick, come on back. Yeah, you know what, Daryl, come on back. But if you either lose in the play-in or win the play-in and lose the first round, changes have to be made.
Well, so you don't even want to catch those guys then.
I just said a piece of me, right? Because it's whatever. It's fandom. Fandom is crazy.
You're complex. You're like a diamond.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Every woman wants a diamond. Though.
I'd like to get to 6, beat the Knicks, and roll the dice in the next series. I don't accept losing.
Yeah.
I don't want my teams to lose. When you lose, you like disgust me. I don't even want to fucking look at you. Yeah.
What if losing is inevitable?
Go out with a blaze of glory. Empty the clip.
No. Blaze a glory hole or just a
I'm trying to keep the team out of there. Problem with the glory hole is you don't know what's on the other side.
You don't know what's on the other side. It's a mystery.
Maybe glory, maybe not.
At any age, would you have done a glory hole?
At any age?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Younger people tend to try more things than older people would.
Well, I can say I haven't, so like I
didn't want to personally ask you. I don't want to ask you personal questions. I don't want to ask you, hey, Brian, have you ever done a glory hole before?
Well, I mean, I'm at an age where we're probably past. I don't know. I guess that's the thing, If you're kind of look at it like something a young person might do. I'm not young anymore, and I didn't do it, so we have a little bit more clarity.
There's this old saying that they used to say back in the day. It's like he's young, dumb, and full of gum.
I think they still say that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Old people say it. Yeah. You're not going to catch people in high school saying it.
Oh, because they're young, dumb, and full of gum. They're not smart enough to say it. They're who we're talking about. What about you, glory hole guy?
No, I've never done a glory hole.
Oh.
But you could have talked me into it.
So you
in high school, college, I could have been talked into it.
So you think it like there's more likelihood that a younger person would do it than an older person?
Yeah.
Why?
Because your decision making is off. You're just
decision making.
You're not. Yeah, you're not. You're not. As I don't want to say smart is not the word, but you're not mature enough. You're not wise enough.
But just think you're 65, 70 years old.
What else? What else is?
You can still rise to the occasion, and the other 65 and 70-year-old women aren't very attractive, and so why not roll the dice? I almost think it goes the other way. I don't know. When you're young, dumb, and full of cum, you're still thinking you're gonna nab a 10 somewhere.
Well, maybe the young guy gets to the glory hole, and there's an 80-year-old on the other side. I mean.
You're kind of hoping there might be a chick over there. I don't know.
And then age doesn't matter.
Was the perception that it would only be a dude?
No.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. You just slayed out the 80-year-old guy and the young kid. Like, what?
No, I didn't say guy. I just said 80-year-old, man.
I thought you said guy.
No, man.
We need to run the tape.
No, I'm a young guy. Yeah, I said young guy, and then you hope it's an 80-year-old on the other side. That's all I said.
Oh, I thought you said 80-year-old guy.
No, man.
Like, what's going
all of this, but I'm saying the pretense, the overall pretense we all know is you don't know what's on the other side,
Right.
Man or woman, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So that's you still going in with that same pretense,
Right.
But yeah, of course we just went through it. The question of is the older or younger, and you made a great case for the older person, to be the one. I think maybe it's both. I think maybe it's both, but
open for all ages.
More likely to try it out. But like I said, I think I could have been talked into trying it out.
Really?
I think so. Very impressionable.
That's funny though.
Person.
Like what's the talk that gets you to do? Like what does somebody have to say?
Someone could have lied. It was like, yeah, man, I went there, man, and man, she's this and she's that. And you get a couple of guys to lie and said they did it before.
That just goes to the young and dumb part.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
Just, oh man, you got to go there. Here's what you do.
Look at a couple of Yelp reviews,
Do they have a section for that?
I'm sure they do, man.
Oh, I thought Yelp was kind of like legitimate.
What? Glory holes aren't legitimate? What are you saying, man?
I'm saying I thought Yelp was for like, legitimate.
Reputable businesses. Reputable businesses.
Yeah, that reputable business. Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's other spaces to review stuff like that, but I thought Yelp was, kind of above board.
Oh, the up and up.
That's too funny. We've just slandered Yelp.
I don't think that's slander. Maybe we've given them another business avenue to look over.
That's right, like you and the weed last week.
Yeah, man.
With the low THC, high impact weed. That's too funny.
Somebody wrote me and said, "Get that weak shit out of here."
I don't know. That is pretty funny though.
No,
the idea of getting talked into doing something. I guess if you're a younger person, like they get you with like the peer pressure stuff.
Peer pressure. That's another one.
You're probably vulnerable maybe then.
That's another one.
Say, hey man, we've all done it. It's your turn.
Yeah. If you don't do this, your mama's a whore. I don't want my mom to be a whore.
Sadly, you don't have a thing to say about that. If she wants to whore it up, it's her call.
I gotta protect. I gotta do my part.
Do your by getting blown by a guy. Way to take one from mama. She'll be proud forever. while she takes her third dick of the day. That's legendary.
It is legendary. What a classic scenario.
Oh God. Oh, it's all going to hell.
Oh man.
That's too funny.
That's been the show for today.
On that low note, we'll move on to next week.
See you guys next week.
Bye. Dude, that's scary. Oh, Jesus.
Listen, man, I hit a bitch one time, man, the baby was bouncing all over the bed.
Cut through the texture of pasta, I stretch to the father. My demons can't be stressing my daughter. Sweat Benihana, know it's a rap. Wet enchilada.
Deion Sanders is the greatest football player arguably to ever live. Ed Reed, the greatest safety arguably to ever live in the entire universe. All right? Why y'all not going on live? Miami been trashed for fucking how long now? God damn.
I like you got on some skates in. I like you got on some skates in. I like you got on some skates.
I want somebody in the event.